this is Tracy. Today I'm going to introduce the sprouting VR technology in journalism. While we are considering VR can only take place in video gaming, it's trying to become a new type of news consumption behavior. In January 2012, VR was first applied in journalism by a journalist called Noni DePaula, who showed her latest VR project called Hunger in Los Angeles at the Sundance Film Festival, and this started the VR development in journalism. However, there are several obstacles that VR should overcome to fit the current news environment. First, the pre-production, filming and post-production of 360-degree videos are extremely complex and time-consuming. Second, VR should provide more experience to and promote to the viewers not only who are concerned about the video gaming but also who are news audiences in order to increase the demand. Third, VR's immersive power can somehow disorientate the viewer's direction and focus, therefore they may miss some informative details. VR sounds so exciting and doesn't seem too difficult to make a 360 animation in games. Here I'll show you a simple picture that explains how it works. First, 360 camera systems record the full 360 times 180 field of view. Second, 360 camera footage is processed into a spherical video. Third, interact with content by literally exploring the 360 video. However, when the same technology is applied in journalism, the difficulties in filming and editing can be considerable. According to a report concerns about the entire editorial and production process in journalism practice by a former research director and a current assistant professor at UBC and a senior fellow of the Tao Center for Digital Journalism, the technology requirements for producing a live motion VR journalism are burdensome, non-synergistic, rapidly evolving, and expensive. At almost every stage of the process, VR journalism is presented with trade-offs that sit on a spectrum of time, cost, and quality. The tools and the processes are immaterial and uncommon, and it requires a range of specialists and professional skills to finish the whole process. This report also offers some suggestions for a news enterprise if they really want to develop and invest VR in their news. Since a piece of amazing VR journalism requires a large amount of money, time, and as well as team with extensive expertise, journalists must choose a place on the spectrum of VR technology. If producers choose to make high quality of VR video, they must expect the requirements of large budgets as well as time flexibility. Otherwise, they can choose to make a lower production quality and it will be less costly. Next, an increase of VR demand in news consumers is needed in order to make profits. To public recognition, VR is commonly used in video gaming but not in journalism. How to convince more consumers to try this incredible experience can be challenging. Today, Google, Samsung, HTC, Sony, and other companies has been working on their own headsets. Industry analysts are predicting that up to 34 million headsets will be sold in 2020, and by 2020, Digit Capital predicts that the augmented and VR market may reach 150 billion in sales. In terms of media, journalism, and technology predictions 2016, which made by Nick Newman, a research associate in Reuters Institute, the New York Times initiatives to create a series of VR films and distribute 1 million Google Cardboard headsets to their loyal subscribers, and it has already created a mainstream interest. And we can bet an ambitious VR project around Olympics and US election this year. Even so, commentators still think that it may take time to engage audience, particularly around news. Virtual reality is merely in the beginning stages. Immense challenges remain. Consumer markets remain incredibly small, with the manufacturers still working on the headsets that with high quality, reasonably priced, and do not give users motion sickness. Without market penetration, revenue for content producers will be elusive. VR headsets and covers range from $15 to $799. Undoubtedly, more expensive headsets can offer a more fantastic quality and function. But will you buy a professional headset for purely watching news? I would definitely won't. Therefore, the VR industry must be more mature in order to attract more consumers to buy headsets for profound usefulness. Last but not least, while the audiences demand incredible and fresh experience in VR journalism, we should not overlook the importance of narrative, since journalism is all about storytelling. Critics have challenged the 360-degree storytelling for showing an entire scene without director selection of what to focus on in order to make a point or to deliver a cogent story. VR can significantly change the way of how to look at a story, since the audiences are more likely to be a part of the story rather than only a passive observer. Obviously, this kind of empathy can be a powerful tool, but also pose a risk to traditional journalistic perspective of objectivity. Award-winning director Sash Richter indicates that from content perspective, it's about telling stories with substance. Many people use virtual reality technology to simply show what 360-degree images look like, without delving into telling stories behind those images. The power of virtual reality journalism transcends the technical. We need journalists who know how to tell a story. What's going to make virtual reality into a huge market is finding the core of storytelling and really trying to tell great stories that are truly captivating. To conclude, virtual reality journalism is certainly becoming more and more prevalent in the near future. In terms of the current research, there are still a number of obstacles that journalists need to overcome if they really want to apply VR technology in the news and get the audiences engaged in it. Due to the time limit, I can only mention 3 of those obstacles, including the hard production, the market demand, and the rate of conveying stories. Even though it's not easy to clean all the obstacles in short time, I believe that journalists will never give up this opportunity to develop this fascinating technology. We keep on moving with the technology, but I sincerely hope that journalists will not turn the focus to the experience but not the story itself. For news is all about conveying the truth. Thank you for your kind attention. See you next time.